News Talk 1370.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
All right, 5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. 51 degrees, by the way, if you're wondering what the temperature is. Robin, I was watching this thing on the internet, and it was a lady who could channel people. Mm-hmm. People who have died will speak through her, and her voice changed a little bit, and it was kind of weird, you know?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool if somebody could, like, take over my body for a while? I mean, just somebody who would be, like, you know, I could take a nap, and they could just, you know, jog and do all the healthy things that I'm supposed to be doing, and then they could leave, and I could wake up and, oh, geez, I'm all exercised, and I didn't have to do anything.
Would it be a male or a female entity?
Well, I'd be sleeping. I think I'd rather have a woman inside me, I guess, if I had a choice. It's just I'm afraid I'd be waking up and find my eyes with liner on them or something.
Yeah, that would happen.
I'd have fake eyelashes on and fingernail polish. I'd say, oh, no. Be careful what you wish for, right?
Yeah.
We have a very talented and funny author on the phone. Vivian Probst is on the phone. Hope I'm saying her name right. It says here she's an entrepreneur, which is not surprising. She's a creative lady. There's no question about that. Her book, funny book, and it explores this it's such an intriguing topic of somebody occupying a body that's, you know, and the first person, the occupier is dead.
Yeah.
I'll let her tell you the story. But the book is called Death by Roses. Two spirited women, one body to share, 4 love stories, one unforgettable tale about death, love, and life. It is a mystery novel, but we've booked Vivian Probst for the whole segment because, which we don't normally do with novels. Mm-hmm. I'm so intrigued by this topic. So, Vivian, good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous. It's so much fun to hear the two of you on the radio. I'm laughing already.
Oh, good. And I'm guessing from the accent I've already heard that are you from, like, Connecticut or something? Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from snowy, wonderful Wisconsin.
How could I? Wait a minute. I'm losing my touch, Robin. Robin is from Wisconsin.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And it's 51 degrees there, and reverse those numbers, and it's 15 degrees here.
15. Oh, wow.
Woo.
Well, that's why some people move here. Have you ever been to Florida?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So
I love to visit.
So tell me about your books. What number book is this for you? How many books have you written?
Well, I've written about 8. I have published 1.
This is the only published book?
Yes.
Oh,
this is the first.
Oh, you're gonna break through. This you know what they call it in the music world, the breakthrough song. This is your breakthrough book.
Oh, coming from you, I'm taking that and I'm rocking it.
You have one in award though for your writing.
Couldn't understand.
You have one in award for your writing now.
Oh, blow me away. It's all magic.
Mm-hmm.
It's all, the way this book got published, it's just, that in itself is another magical tale.
I should have waited longer to try to guess where she's from. I could hear that in that sentence. I could hear it. Funny concept you came up with. When you first came up with the concept, was there a serious vein about it, and then you decided to make it funny, or was it funny right from the beginning?
Well, yeah, the first thing I have to tell you is, you know, just as music flows through you, both of you, your talents, this story sort of showed up for me like one piece at a time, and all I did was listen. Now, it took 5 years of listening, but the characters started showing up, the plot started showing up. My sister had passed away of Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was 7 years ago, next month, and I grieved through my writing, but what is so amazing to me is I felt like this story was given to me to help me relax and enjoy that maybe the next life, maybe she's having fun, maybe, you know, I mean, the story just came to me, page by page and character by character. It was so amazing.
Yeah. Well, there are so many people who say they can communicate with the people who've died, and there are people like the lady I was watching online who was telling everybody she was speaking on behalf of somebody on the other side. Well, she took a nap. The lady on stage took a nap, and then somebody else took over her body.
Yeah. I was not napping when I wrote this. I just want you to know. But I was listening and watching in my mind as this story came into being, and that's how I've always written. So it's from that imagination, that place where you get your songs, your music, your words, in the same place. It's just what shows up for each of us, and what a treasure.
That's an interesting way to put that. So tell us all about the story for those, because Robin and I have an advantage. We have the book, and the listeners need to know about it. It's called Death by Roses. Give us a movie trailer version, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, absolutely. All right, May Rose McElroy. All right. Her husband, after 30 years of a increasingly miserable marriage, decides to bring her a dozen roses for the first time ever. He's a bit of a tightwad.
What is wrong with him?
And well, there are others. So anyway, but how do I say this? Something really, really strange and awful happens on his way home to deliver these lovely roses, which are yellow, and it should never have been yellow, but you have to read the story. Anyway, by the time he gets home with this dozen yellow roses, he puts May Rose, his wife, into such a fit of rage that she kicks him out of the house. And then she goes in the bathroom. This is where she grieves. She always goes into the bathroom to grieve. She sits on the commode and dies of a heart attack. And that's how the story begins. Now, she goes into her afterlife, and she is not happy. She's not happy to have died. And she goes and she meets up with what's called a reflection agent, and she learns the most incredible things about what her life on Earth could have been. So May Rose is a bit meddlesome, and the only real rule about the afterlife is you can't meddle in earthly affairs. And May Rose doesn't get the no meddling rule, and she figures out a way to start doing that. That launches her. It's called being vanished. It launches her back to Earth. But she ends up, her spirit, inside the body of a cantankerous female horror film producer who's just isn't Mary Lee Broadmoor? Isn't she just wicked?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
I would say.
Well, but she didn't have a choice who she could go into, right? She had to go into somebody who was dying.
Well, yes, and that's the thing that then their job is to figure out what they're going to do about this, and I don't know how much more to tell you.
No, you don't want to tell too much more, but
yeah, read the story.
Well, that is the whole purpose of being on the radio with us. But I just found it such a wonderful, refreshing story. We read a lot of books. We have a lot of authors. This is a story that I don't think anybody has told us before, or anything similar to this.
Well, what's interesting is you've just nailed it. The reviews that we're getting, we get two messages. Number one, I've never read anything like this. And the other one is, I did not want the story to end. And so I like to tell those people, oh, don't worry.
It didn't end. We got more.
Yeah, yes.
So, but is it another 5 years?
Say again?
Will it be another 5 years before the second book?
Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It's writing already, and and for me, this was a grieving process, and it was a believing process, because I've written for years and years and never ever felt like my stories were worthy of being published.
Oh my goodness! Well, I'm going to talk some more about this. Let's take a little break, and we'll be right back with Vivian.
Okay, awesome.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be mostly cloudy today with a few showers crossing the area. Highs anywhere from the mid-60s in the northernmost part of the zone to 74 in the southernmost part. Cloudy tonight with periods of rain and a thunderstorm. Lows ranging from 52 in the northernmost part of the zone to 62 along the coast. Tomorrow becoming windy and cooler with rain in the morning. Then clouds will break for some sun in the afternoon. Highs in the mid to upper 60s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, my name is Dr. Erica Olstein with A Better You Healthcare Acupuncture and Eastern Medicine. As primary care physicians, we use acupuncture to treat back pain, arthritis, migraines, allergies, high blood pressure, thyroid disorders, hormone imbalances, stress, and more using all natural medical therapies. We treat the source of your problems, not just your symptoms. For more information, go to abetteryouhealthcare.com or call today to set up your appointment. 352-615-5566.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750. The oldest golf club in Ocala is still one of the best in Florida. Built in 1931, the Ocala Golf Club is one of the top 20 municipal golf courses in all of Florida. That's really saying something. Today, Ocala Golf Club is better than ever with 18 holes of unforgettable golf. And when you're done for the day, relax at the Ocala Golf Club's expansive clubhouse with a fully stocked golf shop, grill room, dining, and banquet area, making Ocala Golf Club the perfect place for corporate meetings, outings, and much more. The Ocala Golf Club, where the history of golf lives on. Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We are having a delightful conversation with Vivian Probst up in Wisconsin, where it's 15 degrees. Here it's 52 degrees. her book is a wonderful book, and funny and insightful. And actually, even though I don't know anybody who's ever been possessed by another person, in this sense, anyway. It's believable. It's like, wow, this could really be a real thing. Vivian, do you know who? What's the girl's name again? Megan Trainor, the girl who sings All About the Bass. Do you know who she is?
No.
Okay, well, she's like a new singer, but she apparently had been trying to sell her songs forever and ever and ever, and then finally she had this breaking song, All About the Bass, and now she's like one of the biggest things happening. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants to know, what else does she have? Has that happened for you yet? Because I'm feeling that this is going to be you.
Well, it's we just launched the book yesterday, and we've gotten some reviews that are, leave me breathless. They leave me absolutely breathless. And these are serious reviews that make a difference to a book's process.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And so that's the stage we're in right now. I think this is just the beginning, and the word's getting out, and the connections, and especially through radio here and a little TV, we're having the ability to connect these dots, and it's just a wow experience every day.
So, not to be a psychiatrist, but I mean, why did you not believe that your writing was worthy? Is, for lack of a better way to ask that question.
Well, because I didn't feel that I was, and my life journey has been. I hardly know how to talk about it, but there's been such a transformation in how I see myself and my life. But I wasn't raised to feel that I had a lot of significance, and so my journey has been to discover that and learn who I really am. And it's a journey many of us have to take. Larry and Robin, many people feel like, there's nothing. I'm really no big deal, and, I'm just going to make it a day at a time. And, if they could see who they really are, and that's the journey
that's
I have to take.
That's a beautiful statement. I feel the same way about everybody. I kind of wish I could hang out with everybody and deliver that message, because that's exactly how I feel. And if you just pardon me while I go on a little rabbit hole here, I've often thought, why were we surprised when we figured out the world was round? When every other planet is round. The same way, why are we surprised when we find out we have talent when everybody else has talent?
Yeah.
I mean, why would we be surprised that we have it? It's like you do. Whatever your talent is, I don't know. I mean, everybody's got a different one.
Larry, you say it on your homepage. Those words are so eloquent that every human being is here and they're a gift to the world, and I think the majority of us do not see that. I have taken that journey and come out to see that, I make a difference. You make a difference. I have to tell you this cute story. I was visiting my doctor's office, and I wear this little pin that says, you make a difference. And so the receptionist said, well, do I make a good difference or a bad difference?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, wow, yes.
Well, that's true.
And we get to choose. We get to choose.
That is true.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people in the news this morning about people who made a bad difference. Obviously, we have a lot of people like that. But I think if you were to seek out the thing that would enable you to make a good difference, then you would be here serving God's purpose. And therefore your purpose and your fulfillment. And maybe that's why, again, I'm being an amateur psychologist, I guess, but maybe that's why you're so much happier now, because you finally got that. You're finally there. And I don't want to ask how old you are, but in anybody's case, even if you're 20, you feel like you've waited a long time for something.
Yes, and I'm 62, and I want the world to know it. I mean, I am eligible for Social Security, except my husband told me. He says, I have to wait 4 more years, So I love my life. I do, and I love that we all make a difference. I talk to people, and I like to hand them out my little buttons. You make a difference. You make a difference. And some of them say, well, I try. And I say, oh, you're not trying. You do. You can't help it. Now, you get to choose whether it's a wonderful difference or not a wonderful difference. But I just want everyone. I want the world. It would change the world, wouldn't it, if we all got that we can make this wonderful difference by using our gifts once we embrace them, which means we have to embrace ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Mary Lee does, the horror screenwriter. I mean, she's so bad, wants to get an Oscar, and it's not to show off for other people. It's just that's something inside of her that she can finally say, I did it.
Yeah, she just...
And thank you, Robin, for bringing us back to the book.
Woman. Yes.
Yeah, Robin brought us back to talking about the book, which is what we're supposed to be talking about. The book is called Death by Roses, and thank you, Robin, for doing that. So we don't want to talk about too much of it.
But that was a very important point.
It is a very important point, yeah.
I would like to say one more thing about Mary Lee Broadmoor, because this is not just a ha-ha book. There are issues. All of the characters in this book have issues, and she's not a nice woman, and she raises a child under the horror of who she is and what she does. But the book has these redeeming circumstances that every character journeys to. And so I want people to know that there's tragedy, there's heartache, there's a little horror, there's some sassy. Did you get through the sassy parts? Oh, I did not want to write those.
But you're very eloquent. You
by the
did
way,
a great job.
Isn't it interesting how a name will give you a visualization of what a character looks like? I mean, with a last name like Rose, okay, this must be a pretty woman. With a last name like Broadmoor, you know what I picture? Remember Silly Putty where you could pull out a person, make them wider?
Yeah.
That's what I picture. I picture a lady, but she's been stretched out left to right somehow. She's more broad, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know where these names come from. I just have to put them in the story. I'd like to just introduce your listeners to a name that I think is so precious that I was given, and it's Messiah Carmichael. And her nickname is Saya. And I just love those names. I just don't ask where they come from because I don't know.
Well, for the listeners, the book comes out when? Tomorrow?
Oh, it came out yesterday.
Oh, it came out yesterday. Okay. It's on Amazon. I already found it on Amazon. And right now it says, and I don't understand Amazon because they always have books. This one says 7 left. How's that possible?
I don't know.
This is
People are buying
a number
millions.
one, a number one new release. It says here on Amazon. It says be the first. Nobody's even reviewed it yet. Wow.
Well, not on Amazon, but there are reviews. Oh, go to our website.
What is your website? What is your website?
Oh, yeah, it's deathbyroses.com.
Okay.
It's real simple, and there's a 2-minute video on there. If they want to see a summary of the book that I think was well orchestrated and videoed, it's right there, and it's hilarious. It's me, but it's hilarious. It's just, yeah. So you can see the author hawking her book.
Oh, there you are. Oh, I'm looking at you. Oh, you're a cute lady.
You're talking in the third person.
Yeah.
Funny.
I'm looking at your picture.
I will do just about anything for this book because I am its ambassador. It was given to me. I want to share it with the world. I am in love with this story.
Wow. For the listeners who are authors, we have a lot of that population.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Give them some advice, some encouragement. How did this happen for you? Maybe that story could be told.
Yes, I would love to. Oh my goodness. The first thing is honor your gift. I don't like to hear people say, I want to write, but I don't know how to start. Just start. Now, the second piece is, just put your fingers to the keyboard, and I don't care if you just run your fingers across the keys and it's all gibberish. Just touch it. Experience it. And the second thing is to get quiet. Oh, our minds are so fascinating. And what I had to do was just listen. I have this theory, and if I can just share it, I believe that there are stories and songs and paintings and poems all in the ethers. And they're just waiting for us to welcome them. Because they don't, if I'm sitting here saying, well, I'd like to write, but I really, they want us to do it. They just show up, and I don't want to make it too ethereal, but it sort of is magical, and in our imaginations.
It does seem like it. It does seem like it.
Yeah.
When you look at something intangible, a book is tangible, but the story is not. Like a song is not tangible. It almost seems like it's not a real thing. But when you look back at the body of work of any author, artist, filmmaker, even though the film is tangible, the movie itself really isn't. Mm-hmm. You realize they are real things. This is a real thing, and you did grab it from somewhere and bring it to this side of whatever. We're almost out of time. My goodness, I just noticed the clock. Okay, Death by Roses. I have a copy of the book here, Vivian's book, Vivian R. Probst, Probst. Go to deathbyroses.com. Call me if you want the copy that Vivian sent us. You can have this copy. The rest of us have to go buy it. Let me give this one away real quickly. Good morning. You've got the book. Who's this?
Mike McCoy.
Okay, Mike, you got it. It'll be waiting for you.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Vivian, you are...
And
Go ahead.
yes, I want to tell them they can get signed and limited edition copies at our website.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, anywhere books are sold, go get it.
Thank you, Vivian. Stay warm up there. 15 degrees. All right, we'll be right back.
Less than initially reported. Westchester County Executive Rob Astorino says the electrified third rail of the track came up through the floor of the train.
Obviously, there was an explosion. People were trapped inside, so there were multiple fatalities.
The SUV was pushed about 10